Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. This video today is going to be quite a difficult one for me to get through because I'm going to be talking about the passing of my father, who died 7 years ago to this day. I haven't ever spoken about him in front of a camera, so this is going to be a challenge for me, and I hope I can get through it without crying. My father died on January the 25th, 2012, and 9 months prior to that he was diagnosed with esophageal and lung cancer, so his chances of survival were next to nothing. I remember it to the day. It was June the 12th, it was Labour Day here in Australia, 2011, and he simply couldn't swallow. He had so much trouble swallowing, and obviously he lost a lot of weight, so they were the first indicators. Once we got him to the doctors, it was almost immediate that we found out that he had stage 4 terminal cancer. It was unfortunate that he had many relapses prior to being diagnosed, and it just simply didn't occur to us that he had this horrible disease. I remember sitting in the doctor's office and being totally stunned with the news. I didn't cry because at that time all I was trying to do was process this inevitability on our family. For 9 whole months I took a leave of absence from work. In all that time that I was nursing my father, I went through this sense of denial. I kept hoping and thinking that something was going to turn around. There was something that the doctors could do other than biding his time. The radiation therapy only made it worse, and it was one of my greatest regrets that we had to put my father through that, because it completely debilitated him. It rendered him so weak, and he just lost all ability to live those last months with dignity and with a semblance of humanity. To see him in so much pain was something that to this day I'll never forget. There was not enough morphine, there was never enough painkillers to put my father at peace. And to be honest with you, I was wishing that his death would come sooner than later. It was just too horrific and too painful to see him suffer the way that he did. Losing a parent, no matter what age you are, is the hardest thing that you'll possibly ever have to do. I always used to think, like most children, that your parents were invincible, that they would never die, that for some reason they'll just keep on living. And his death to me was just so surreal because he was larger than life. And I know everybody thinks that of their parents. They think that no one can be better, can be bigger, can be more loving than their own. But let me tell you, he was an icon. He was a mentor. He had values and principles and lived a very fulfilled life, but a very tragic and a very painful life. When you think about immigrants leaving their homeland to seek for a better life, he had one of the most hardest childhoods that even I to this day cannot imagine. My father had a very strong work ethic. He worked so hard. He worked as a photographer, he worked in a factory, he worked in his garden when he lived out on the farm. It was just work all the time, because he had this theory that you worked while you were young to benefit the fruits when you got older. And I think that discipline resonated with me as well. And that were the things that he instilled in us. He instilled in us these values of honesty, of morality, of discipline, of having structure in your life, always doing good for others, never be in debt to anybody, always ensure that you've taken the right path in life, and that way you'll always be protected. And he was so loved. He was loved by the community. They respected him. They paid so much homage to what he had achieved for the Albanian community. My father had such a positive relationship with me and impacted my life in ways that I just couldn't begin to explain. And it was because of him and his teachings you become strong in life, and you're able then to make the right decisions. A father's influence can shape your self-esteem and give you self-worth, self-image, confidence, and give you the opinions and make you be able to formulate the opinions that you need to function in life and carry on in life. People say that time heals all wounds, and that's a fact, because we all go on living. Nobody can live forever, but I don't want to heal. I want to feel. I want to feel that pain, because it makes me remember my loss. I promised myself I wasn't going to cry, but fat chance of that happening. Sorry everybody. It's just, like I said, it's really tough when the one most important person in your life is just not around anymore. And it's going to take a very, very long time, if ever, that I will ever feel the way that I used to. Pain is a reminder. Pain of losing someone is always there. You can put it away, you can block it out, you can think of other things just to get through the day, but there'll be a song, a moment, a saying, a place that will bring that all back, and you'll remember. Because you always do. I don't want to forget. I had to pull myself together. This video is not about me. This is about him. This is about remembering this great man that I love more than life itself. Good grief, I can't stop crying. Once I start crying, it's very hard for me to get it to keep it together. Oh, sorry. For all of you that want to know more about my father, you can Google him, you can check him out on my Facebook page. For those of you who can speak Albanian, of course, there's so many write-ups in the Albanian language, and for those who aren't, then I've written some articles as well. I'm going to end this video by reading a poem by Elizabeth Fry, and the title is "Do Not Stand at My Grave and Weep." Do not stand at my grave and weep. I am not there, I do not sleep. I am 1,000 winds that blow. I am the diamond glints on snow. I am the sun on ripened grain. I am the gentle autumn rain. When you awaken in the morning's hush, I am the swift uplifting rush of quiet birds in circled flight. I am the soft stars that shine at night. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there, I did not die.